So how would, I can do this first problem in either one step or two steps. All right. How would I do this as one step? Solving for x. What would I do? Sydney? Sorry, not Sydney. Madeline. Okay, I could do that because it's one side equal to the other. What's another way that I could do it? Riley? Yeah. I like you guys getting into the mode of reciprocals. So negative 2/5 moves the entire thing from the left side to the right and allows us to solve for x. So the 5 and the 2 cancel and the negative sign. And so x is what we're left with on the left. Put that 6 over 1. Okay. No, you just can't see it. I tried to put it on there.
So it's still negative 5 over 2.
Yes, see, negative 5 over 2. So you can, if you want, and you want to multiply by the 5 and then divide by the negative 2, that's fine. All right. All right, so here we're going to get negative 30 halves, which is? All right, so we're going to check. We're going to say negative 2 times negative 15 over 5. Does that equal 6? Well, positive 30 over 5 does equal 6, and so we're good. You just have to show me that you're supposed to get what you're supposed to get. That 6 is the right answer. I plugged in negative 15 for my x of my original equation. So negative 2 times negative 15 is positive 30. Divide that by the 5 gives me 6, which is what I'm supposed to have on the right side. Yep, negative 15 is my value for x. This is just my check right here. All right. So what am I going to do on this next problem? What do you think I should do, Emma? Okay, I don't like negative variables, so I try to make my variables always positive. So I'm going to take the negative 2x to the right. That leaves me with 9 equals. Now, which one do I move, the 9 or the 7? Right, because I've got to isolate the variable. So then 4x is equal to, and x is equal to. When I check, where am I putting in my value of 4? Wherever x appears. In this case, it appears on the left and the right. So I've got to be working with both sides to do my check. So I'm going to say, does negative 2 times 4 plus 7, does that equal 2 times 4 minus 7? Well, this is negative 8 plus 7, which is 2. And this is, this is 9, thanks. So this is what, 1? And this is 8 minus 7, which is, the check works. If you, your check should work if you haven't made a mistake. All right, so here, what do I do first in this problem? Okay, I can add 6x. There's never one right answer. So I get 10 plus 5x plus 15, or equals 15. Right? Negative 1x plus 6x is 5x, right? What am I going to do now? Not yet. Division is like one of the last things you do. Subtract the 10, right? And so 5x is equal to 5, so that means x is, and so now we check. We'll say 10 minus 1, does that equal negative 6 times 1 plus 15? Well, that's 9. This is negative 6 plus 15, which is also, woohoo, it checks. Yes? All right, what do I do on this one? You got to distribute. So when I distribute, I get? Yeah. And then we continue on, correct? Okay, so I'll get 6 is equal to 2x plus 20. So 2x is equal to? So x is equal to? Yeah. And then we would need to check. All right. We'll skip the check because let's go down to these lovely things called fractions. Because I know how much y'all love fractions. Who hates fractions? No. Pish posh. Pish posh. Okay. We're going to make this easy. I'm going to put that 39 over 1. If I had to get a common denominator between all of my denominators, what would it be? All right, that means I'm going to multiply everything by 20. And when I multiply this first one by 20, what happens to the 4? Doesn't 4 go into 20? How many times? So guess what we just got rid of? The denominator, didn't we? So what, aren't we just left with 5x? 4 goes into 20 how many times? 5 times 1x is 5x. Now we're going to distribute to this one. 5 goes into 20 how many times? 4 times 2x is, look at that. I'm going to take 20 times each of these terms. 4 into 20 goes 5 times. That gives me 5x. 5 goes into 20 4 times. That gives me 8x. Right? And I have no longer to deal with any fractions. 39 times 20 is 780. That means 5x plus 8x is equal to, so what does x equal? And I'm done. Now be careful, because if one of them doesn't have one, like this x, put it over 1. Everything has to have a common denominator. What is my common denominator? Go smaller. 6. If I take the 6 times the 2/3, 3 goes into 6 how many times? That means I'm left with 2 times 2x, or if I take the 6 times the 5, 6, what am I left with? 5 times the 1, right? Because they cancel out, right? If I take the 6 times the x, what do I get? Because nothing cancels out, right? Are you following this? If I take the 6 times the 1/2, 2 goes into 6 how many times? So minus 1 times 3, negative 3. So 4x plus 5 equals 6x. All right, and now we know how to multiply it out. A 1, because the 6's are going to cancel, Olivia. Do you see that? Okay. So that's going to be, I'm going to take the 4x to the right, and I'll be left with 5 equals what? 2x minus 3, yes? Take the 3 to the left. What do I get? 8 equals 2x. What does x equal? All right, and then we would check it. Yes, I do. Whatever, whichever ones say check. Uh-huh. It takes you 8 minutes to wash a car. It takes your friend 6 minutes to wash the same car. How long will it take both of you to wash 7 cars? What's your rate? Isn't it something over minutes usually? 1 car over 8 minutes. What is your friend's? 1 over 6, right? long will it take both of you to wash 7 cars? 7 cars together. You're working together. You know what? We'll do this one tomorrow because we're going to run out of time. What's the one on the back? Oh, you can do this one. Think about this. Perimeter is 102 meters. Find the length of each side. What are these ticks telling me? 3 times x plus 6 equals? Right. So 3x plus equals? Can you finish it from here? Is there anything else? All right. We'll come back to that car washing problem tomorrow. 1.3 homework, yes.